we're going back to the night where everybody got back and relaxed, back when your ship was still being repaired and all its new gear was being outfitted. You're still on the station, and during that night, you had a call from a certain Samuel, which, despite everybody just calling him priest, is, yes, this guy, known as Samuel 051, your local triune hobo priest. He's asked you to come to his temple as he has a small favor to ask you. You could say this is sort of payback for helping you with the drift coordinates.
I mean, Prava's always excited to hear from this guy. He would take that comm message, and he would be, of course. What could you possibly need from us?
Well, you see, a friend has certain issues, and I thought of you, and I thought someone could solve them.
I'm gonna assume that we were in the ship. I'm close to Aiden, and I kind of look at him like, sounds vague.
I look towards Prava and shrug. All mercenary work is vague. You'd be lucky if you ever get a straight answer.
Well, if you wish, I can explain. You just asked what I wanted. He says from the other side of the comms.
Please, more detail.
Of course. I do apologize. You understand, High Priest, we learn cryptic speak at a young age.
Vocational, yeah, I get you, but...
Yes. You can ask Thiveron, I heard him speak it all the time.
Oh yeah, he's a total douchebag. He knows the stuff.
Well, I like to know what I'm doing before I'd agree to it, to make sure it's within my realm of expertise.
Of course. You see, my friend is called Dus. They have come to me with a unique problem involving a magical artifact. Apparently, some people have gone missing around it, and it seems to be producing some sort of machine-like toys that are hazardous to health. According to her, it's a pocket dimension of some kind.
That wouldn't happen to be something like that snow globe you've been showing us, has it?
Yes, I believe it is something akin to that.
Perhaps then, if we got a chance to study the snow globe, it would give us some leads into how to... Prava's eyes are like sparkling at the excuse.
Study the snow globe.
Well, that being said, I suppose you could study it when you get here, if you desire. Who knows, perhaps as a reward you may wish to take some of the anomalous items, or credits, or whatever you find within the orb itself. I do not know, I am personally against reality warping mischief.
Well, Aiden, this sounds like our kind of job, don't you think?
I suppose?
We're in.
Aiden just slumps his shoulders. I guess, okay.
I see Aiden's also not against the reality warping bullshit. Good. Arrive at my shop at your earliest convenience.
You sure are gung-ho about this, Prava, for a change?
I mean, a chance to mess with mystical artifacts? I know I used to be scared of magic in the past, but I'm starting to open up to the idea of, well, the possibilities.
Have you considered that maybe you're opening up to the idea a little too much?
What about Kuzon? Is he going to be basically staying behind?
Working on like the modifications for the ship, and he might also like have some errands on Akiton, like he's helping out with the outposts and everything, making sure, you know. But yeah, Kuzon would probably be installing the big ass cannon.
I get what you mean. So it's essentially like, yeah, I'm gonna be away a few days, you know, picking up the sister edition, installing it, and while I'm down in Akiton, since it's so close, I'm gonna make sure that everything's all set up, my son and family's okay, that sort of deal. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, Kuzon's a family man now.
Gotta take shore leave every once in a while, you know.
I can just imagine he comes down and it's right on time for his people's holiday or something. His wife and kids are back at Grandma and Grandpa's, and he's like, "Hey, everybody, here I am!" And Grandma and Grandpa's like, "The fuck?" Why are you alive?
Died. It's like, oh god, not this again.
Hey, family!
So, are you on your way to Samuel through the street and stuff?
I imagine that like Prava and Aiden's conversation happens very rushed on the way there, Prava basically like dragging him out the door.
And Aiden very disgruntled. Oh god, what is he gonna make me do this time?
As you're heading down to the docking area, you can see even the snow falls here, and people are generally around, huddled up against, like, it's not as cold as it really should be. Even Prava, who's used to the coldness of his asteroid, it's nothing compared to, you know, general, like, coldness on Triaxis or your hovel used to live in. It's just, it's a little bit chilly, so people are gathering around some heat vents, drinking their coffee and the like as they chat away.
Well, I guess people are getting into the spirit of things at least.
Yeah, it's like a real festive around here. The season snuck up on us.
Yeah, I guess we've been so busy lately we haven't paid attention. That reminds me, I need to go and get that suit I ordered.
New suit? What's the occasion?
Oh, every year around this time of year I dress up as something different and give out presents to the kids. Last year it was Mecha Santa. Haven't really decided on this one, but I've got this new storm scoped out. It like does the best suits ever, and they do them pretty quick too. On the cheap side. I was thinking maybe Space Santa this time. You can see that Aiden lacks creativity when it comes to the holidays.
I feel like that's a lot of overlap in theme, you know? You can't do sci-fi Santa 2 years in a row.
Oh, what do you suggest then?
You thought about Sword and Board Santa? Or, what about, like, noir detective novel Santa?
Hey, there's quite a nice ring to it. I mean, Mo pulls off the whole thing pretty nicely. Yeah. But hey, every good detective needs somebody to watch his back, right? Like that one guy, what was his name? Sherlock, I think? And Watson? Maybe we can get dual costumes and you can be my Watson. Yeah.
Shirenlock. This world's version of Sherlock at Home. Shirenlock.
It's Aiden Thompson.
As you get closer, as you're speaking away, as you get closer to Samuel's church, you eventually do come onto the area, and you hear inside, it's like, they'll be here soon. Do not worry. For now, why don't you sit down and enjoy the hot drinks?
Not soon. We're already here. Knock knock.
Oh, come in, friends. Come in. This is my friend Durst.
Hi.
You see, as you enter the room, a lady, very heavily cloaked Kazatha. She's like sitting in the corner. Perched on each of her shoulders are these like fist-sized wasps. And you see her, like, as you walk in, she just gives you an intense look. And she, like, looks and it's like, Samuel, I've detected a problem. She's like, my calculations told me there'd be pizza.
Ah, yes. I look towards Prava. We forgot something.
Oh yeah, this time you asked us to come, so we didn't even think to... Hold on 1 second, and Prava walks out the door.
Say they are getting pizza now, there's no need to worry. Normally they bring, but I'll make sure to pay since I did call you.
We
were so busy talking about the holidays, we totally forgot about that.
Durst like wipes her brow as if to wipe sweat, and she just looks at him like, this was a cosmic irregularity that we've just averted.
Of course. Like you see Samuel looking towards you, Aiden, like as if it's like his robotic eyes, despite not showing much expression, almost saying like, yes, you have to deal with this now.
By the way, since Prava is gone, Aiden's just looking to the left awkwardly, he's looking to the right awkwardly, then he looks at them awkwardly, and then finally says, So what's with the bees on this lady?
They're my companions. She strokes one of them on the head, and she just kind of like whispers, like cooing, just like, don't let him get to you, Clyde.
Clyde the waspy just goes like chitters away. Sarah looks towards you and says, "Yes, you never had a pet bee before?"
I don't know. I guess I never got around to people being too busy around me. So, Miss, what brings you to our neck of the woods around here? I'm assuming since the priest called for us, you've got some issue taken care of?
As he's explained, I found an object, and it threatens to breach the consensus. In other words, it's unstable.
Oh, good, because you can see that Aiden was already looking towards the priest and about to ask translation, please.
Oh, don't worry, I'm sure she'll give you every bit of details. But let us sort of wait for Prava to return before we properly explain. I have it behind the podium.
I was waiting for something important to happen so Prava could come back after. Not know, but okay.
By the way, this is the best time of the year to get some pizza. I think they chop it up into human heads with beards and stuff. It's weird. I don't know where that tradition started from.
Pepperoni beard.
Oh, that would be the orcs. You see, back in the day, the orcs used to slaughter and devour humans, so saw human heads and the like was proper, but it's strangely turned into a more cultural appropriate, funny thing now.
Ah, yes, so this is how pizza gets ruined for me.
And that's when the smell of pizza fills the air. It's probably...
Ooh, pizza! Ellen immediately forgets.
So Prava walks up to, as if to introduce himself to Durst, but he instead acknowledges that one of the bees on his shoulders and is like, "Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Prava."
No bee chitters at Prava. Ah, yes. The bee seems to welcome you, and you almost have a small inkling of intelligence as it wants you to also be kind to its compatriots.
Prava nods and introduces himself to the second bee in the same way.
Their names are Nina and Clyde.
Nina and Clyde. Perfect. Right then,
Nina
so
and
which of you
Clyde,
three is Durst?
I am the one that is Durst.
Greetings, Durst, Nina, Clyde. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Why don't you show them a bit of your abilities? Perhaps it would get them to understand. Don't worry, you cannot mess anything up around here.
You see Durst kind of like take one of her hands, and she just like kind of swipes the air briefly, and there's like a very light, it almost looks like torn fabric, but it's like a very slight, it's almost like she takes, like, imagine she's standing next to a painting and she just took a corner of the painting and like tore it slightly, and all of a sudden you hear it's like the sound of war and stuff happening just like in the background, almost like you're hiding inside of a bunker or something like that, and there's a war going on the outside. And then she goes, this is a universe where Absalon had never signed several peace accords, and there's a civil war going on this very platform. And then she basically like patches it back up and the sound stops, and it's like, I've because of strange situations, circumstances surrounding my, and then she does quotes, death, I believe that I have a strange connection to alternate realities and other possibilities, and sometimes I've spent all my time trying to research and understand the nature of alternative dimensions and timelines. It's very confusing stuff.
As you see, an expert in the field.
Things seemed really bad in that alternate universe. Shouldn't we go help them? Or that
She kind of mentions it's like I can tell that you're somebody who worries about these things a lot. The nature of timelines is there's an infinite amount of suffering, and you do not simply have the time to fix everything. It's unfortunate.
Hey, look at it this way. If there's an infinite amount of suffering, there's also an infinite amount of possibilities, happiness, good things happening. So, you know, it's not all bad.
I wouldn't be able to help those people even if I wanted to at this stage.
Oh. Alright, then let's focus on what we can do. So where's this artifact that you're missing?
He kept it behind the podium, so Samuel was going to pull it
Alright.
out of a thing and place it on the podium where he normally puts the artifacts. And he's like,
Here
Oh
it
wait,
is.
you just have it? I assumed somebody took it or it was lost somewhere. You said people disappear around this thing.
Yes, it is right here.
Dirk just looks at him and goes, mind that you don't disappear.
Exactly.
Is there like any sign that it's gonna happen? Is there anything we can do to mitigate the chances?
Well, we can activate it. It's possible that people simply got lost in the dimension and whatever's inside is coming outside to do something. The nature of pocket dimensions is strange and varied to me, though they do interest me quite a lot. So, it is possible we should activate this. You go in, you pick up the people, come back out, and everything will be totally fine.
And the other possibilities are...
The people will be taken prisoner, the inhabitants of the pocket dimension are going rampant and trying to invade this reality.
Durst just kind of like shrugs, and it's like, you ever hear of the butterfly effect?
Does it have to do with butterfly collections? Because I know this guy that had a very extensive one. He even had a blue butterfly. I didn't even think those things existed.
Durst just looks past Aiden and turns to Prava. You ever heard of the butterfly effect?
it's like, oh god.
The funny thing is, Aiden actually has 12 in intelligence. I don't know why I'm deciding that he's a fucking retard this session.
Well, I mean, culturally, it just might not mean anything to you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm convinced. We're operating with a much smaller group than we're used to, though. I'm not sure if the two of us can get this job done alone.
I'll be coming with you.
We did talk about that this might get dangerous. You sure about that?
I am prepared for this eventuality. You see her, she reaches over her shoulder, plucks each of the wasps off her shoulder, and then she starts spinning them around like they're hand pistols, and then she just points the stingers, and she goes like, I'm armed.
Well, I've been to weirder places, so why the hell not? I'm already full on pizza.
Understood. I wish you all luck.
And he points it seems like he points a certain section of the orb towards you guys and then twists the top slowly. Two small hatches open up and you see this crystal inside that starts glowing and bathing the area in this green, almost sickly light.
I would suggest you hold on tight. It's gonna be some fall, to say the least.
Durst she waves them over as she walks towards, follow me.
Aiden shrugs and follows.
Swoop.
As you move towards it, suddenly it feels like some sort of wormhole is drawing you in, almost as if the air in a ship has been sucked out into the void, as you're suddenly drawn towards the orb at speed. And as you're almost threatening to smash into it, everything suddenly goes black. And as everything's gone black, you hear the sound of a ticking clock in the darkness. You're all laying on... Some things are hard, some things are soft, but it's totally dark inside. Pitch black.
Are we standing on a surface? Are we in the air? Can we feel the ground beneath us?
There is a ground, but it's like you're laying on a pile of something.
Prava sees if he can grab anything from the pile. Can he pick anything up, or is it
As you pick it up, it feels almost like a hand, or at least an armored gauntlet.
Prava follows it up to see if it like continues on attached to a person or.
As you follow it up, you feel an elbow, a bicep, and then a shoulder, and it just keeps feeling, and there's a helmet.
Hello. I'm Prava. Sorry to feel you up. And Prava's let's go. Didn't realize. Is there any response?
There is no response to your touching. However, as you speak, Prava, the others can hear you inside of inside of wherever you are.
I'm going to Durst kind of like picks herself up and dusts herself off. I do have 60-foot dark vision, but is it like no light in here? Like
There is no light. It is pitch black.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you got a plan. But Prava just has the ability to manifest a flashlight, so he's gonna manifest a flashlight.
As you manifest a flashlight and you peer around, you see statues, piles of armor. There's no smell to this place. It doesn't smell like a corpse pile or the dead, which some of you would probably know off by heart. But it looks like suits of armor laying all in a pile where you landed, and statues that look as if old-timey knights, or some of them are bright green in color.
The Durst kind of like inspects it after he shines his light and everything on it. Do these look old?
No, they look relatively new. In fact, the armor's like really overly shiny. It doesn't feel like any metal.
Strange. I wasn't expecting this.
You do hear a sound, however, because as you look around with your flashlight, the place is enclosed. You're in some sort of crate or room, and from one of the sides you hear as if something's opening. As the wall opens up, it flips up suddenly. The blinding light, it's orange in color, almost if like bright candlelight is here. And you hear as before you, shined by the light behind him and the flashlights, seems to be a warrior dressed in plate mail. Skulls adorn his necklace, bone trophies across his wrist, a sword in his by his side, two axes also behind him, as bone horns go above his head. And he's like, more warriors are awake. Follow me, brothers, and we will fight another day. And he immediately turns around and starts walking out.
Right. Anyway, Prava, before we figure out what the hell's going on, maybe we should get out of this place. I don't like it. So, was my assumption right? Are we in some kind of box or something?
It's some sort of room or box.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I'll follow him and like take a look outside.
All right, as everybody moves outside, you suddenly see outside this giant veil before you that blocks off half of the area that you're standing on. As you look around and, well, you don't seem to be in an open battlefield, at least. No. What it appears to be is a room. Another room.
Oh, how lovely.
Huh. Okay.
And before you, you see your knightly friend now resplendent out in the open light. No more artificial light that's around him. He's standing by what appears to be these giant cubes with white dots on them. I can actually give you a picture. He looks like... Oh, that's GM there. He looks like this.
It's like a warrior of chaos to me, but...
He's got bone over him. He's got dark sigils across him, and beside him looks to be this strange golem, a bright green jade-colored golem that is like looking around the cube.
You didn't happen to draft anyone before us. We actually came here looking for some people.
The wars have been going on for at least 26 cycles now. Many have fought. Many have been captured by the Dark Ones.
And pre-tell, just how long does a cycle last?
We judge it by the time when the sound echoes throughout these halls. And he turns around, he goes, "Beware, the Dark Ones have their own god, a titan of magnificent power."
Durst just kind of like crosses her arms like like she doesn't believe him, and it's like, do you not base your times and your calendar and your hours off of passing solar bodies?
There is no need. There is only the war. We
And
must fight for the Dark Gods demand it.
what exactly are the stakes here? Why is this war being waged? What's the price?
And you hear the golem speak at that point. He doesn't turn around, however, as he speaks. "Freedom, son! That is what we're looking for here. Past the war, there is freedom to be had. That's why you gotta fight for your country."
And what happens to the losers of this grand battle? Are they kept prisoner somewhere? Is there like...
The Dark Ones tend to keep prisoners, but we make sure to destroy the Dark Ones. We cannot have their kind turning back up again. After all, the Titan continues to replace their number.
Right. So it's the Dark Ones who respect life. And, okay. Right. I don't, Aiden, can I have a moment to talk to my friend here without, we have to do our pre-war powwow, talk strategy?
Of course. Hurry up and make the strategy, son. I'm still waiting for the veil to lift.
Right,
Aiden?
of course.
These are clearly the bad guys in whatever situation we've gotten embroiled in. We gotta make a break for it as soon as we get the chance.
No, let's not be too hasty here, Prava. I mean...
Wait, I just need to ask you something before you do that. Where are you heading? You heading behind? Because it looks like you were in a square box room. Like it was literally a box. Like a massive box.
I'm having this conversation telekinetically.
Okay.
Now, let's not
Haven't gone anywhere.
let's not jump the gun here, Prava. I mean, we just arrived. We don't know their circumstances.
He's wearing a necklace with a skull on it.
I mean, to be fair, I've known plenty of mercs to do that. It does look pretty badass. I'm assuming that doesn't convince you much, for.
Is Durst invited into this conversation, or is this?
No, absolutely, yes.
Durst just kind of says, like, I need to see the areas beyond this library. It's like I have an acute interest in how their cosmology functions. I think we could learn a lot from this experience.
By the way, Ash, I'm sorry if I missed it, but is it safe to assume that we're very small in a very large world?
I just want to say, Durst, if you were going to head out into the library, and as you were walking, you would stop as the lip of where you were standing suddenly makes sense as you look down, and it looks like you're miles up. And
we're like tiny.
As you do, you also see a face suddenly.
Oh my god.
as this almost titanic head appears from the lip. And he goes, "New toys! How lovely!"
Prava makes telekinetic contact with this giant.
Prava, don't! Too late.
Hi, are you this dark one we've been hearing so much about?
Oh my, they have abilities too. This is marvelous. Lop was such a great inventor. This is gonna be so entertaining.
I would like to point out that I am not a toy. I am a sentient being from another space.
Yes, all the toys think that, of course.
Durst picks up her tone. She looks at him like intensely, and it's like, so you're the reality deviant behind this. You don't understand the forces that you tamper with.
Yosh?
I do not know what you're saying, little one, but I'm sure it's entertaining. Of course, we should begin the experiment as soon as possible.
Ugh.
Now I understand why they're fighting for freedom.
Now, I will leave you to it. I just need to pick up a few things. Wait right there. And you see him like putting some things onto what you now see is a table you're standing on. As he's putting down stuff, he puts down his laser pistol like onto the thing, which is at least 10 times your size. He's like, wait right there, little ones. The veil will soon lift, and then we begin the experiment. And you see that he walks out into the room.
I guess here's my question, because I'm kind of curious. This guy in the armor and everything like that, I'm interested. I wish I could carbon date him. I think Durst is thinking that this is like, that he doesn't exist necessarily in linear time. Like this is a real like time and space fuckery that's happening right
As
now.
you say that, both of them turn towards you at this point. And now you get a good look at the golem. Welcome to the battlefield, son!
I know where the picture's from. It's Sarge.
At this point, Aiden is standing between these two guys. Revolutionary music is playing in the background. He's wearing a sleeveless shirt. He's got a bandana and an M16, and he's smoking. Let's do this, boys. We're taking that fucker down.
Did Aiden just pick up some clothes from the other, which you now know are toys within the box you were in?
Oh yeah, we're
And
ready
just
for
take his
a revolution. Revolutioning is happening right now. Revolution is in full effect.
Viva la revolution!
Amazing, son. You are already ready to join in the battle. I can't be more proud of you than I am right now.
Yeah, you should see when I get a few good shots on him. Then you'll be even more proud. Anyway, Prava, I think we're on the right side. Freedom. I'm on board.
Prava sighs and turns around and looks at the toy box. Are there any Gundams to steal a sword or something from? Are there any, like...
There are plenty of toys within the toy box.
I was gonna find one of those, like, you know, those like mid-late 90s Gundams with, like, the shitty plastic swords. And he's gonna pick up a plastic sword and be like, alright, let's get this over with.
Durst is going to inspect this guy closely. Is the guy in like the armor and stuff? Is it obvious that they're like a manufactured thing?
If you want to get a good look, the knight will allow you to come close to it. If you want to take a good look with perception.
I was wondering if I could maybe roll like physical science to like.
Oh, you can roll physical science too if you want.
Inspect what they might be made out of.
Sure.
Some like
beings. When Sarge talks, does his mouth like articulate, or does it just like boom?
Yeah, it moves about. It does move about. He's full of ticklet. He's just all green. As you look, Sarge does seem to be made out of various plastics, both hard and soft. The knight, however, you look and he seems to be the same, as you see a tiny little mistake on his paint job. This guy you recognize from something. As you think back to your days back in, you know, where you were called crack and stuff like that, some of your more nerdy colleagues used to play this tabletop game with armies and stuff, and they used to paint little miniatures. This is that one of those dudes.
Durst just like shudders at the realization. Oh.
We are the oldest veterans among our kind. Many have fallen, but we will be champions for the Dark Gods.
Yeah, plastic skulls for the plastic skull throne.
Durst like nods and it's like it's probably best to try and align yourself with their perception of reality. It'll make the it's like I don't think that they're capable of high enough thought in order to think about such high concepts.
Not to mention, we must also save the POWs in the Dark One's camp. This is project number 1.
Where are the prisoners being held?
They are being held within their fortress, or as my friend here would call, a fortress monastery. Exactly.
Right, well, point me at it, I'll see what I can do. After all, infiltration is my specialty.
We have made many battles up into this point. We have made it at least a foot. It was a long, arduous battle. But now we have moved our command center up until this point. There is one final push we can make, but the Dark Ones are too well fortified.
Well, you didn't have us on your side before. I'm sure I can melt through whatever they put in front of you.
That would be amazing, son. But are you sure you're up to the task? You seem like one of those new fangled ones that came through not long ago, and they were captured.
When did they come through? What did they look like? What were...
But yeah, and also when she was captured, she was also captured with 3 other lieutenants. Fine warriors indeed. It was strange, however. They are the only ones that have ever been captured by the Dark Ones.
What happens to everybody else that in battle?
He shakes his head. They go back in the box until they are needed again. Then they rise once more to fight this endless battle of 23 cycles. And at that point, all you hear is dong, dong, and you look up to see a giant clock. 24 cycles.
Is it if I look at the clock, is it at the hour or like at an hour?
It seems to be at 12, so you could probably assume it's probably afternoon.
Every hour, every 12 hours is one of their cycles. Probably.
I think it's safe to assume at this point that one cycle is 1 hour.
I don't think that's a safe assumption. It just clicked to the 12. 12 hours, maybe 24 hours. It might be 72, and we just like got it randomly on the, you know.
All right.
At any rate, Sarge, how's about we drum up some, some noise up here, distract that giant creature, and we'll sneak some soldiers in there to free the prisoners of war.
Sadly, we cannot do that. The veil blocks our way. No one is able to pierce such a weapon. And you look up, and when you see the veil again, now you know what's going on. It seems to be a sheet.
Prava's going to manifest his gun in fire mode and just blast it.
As you blast it, you see, and it was much smaller than you thought. As just compared to the veil.
Right.
Trust me, son. Those fibers are as thick as my head. There's no way of penetrating them. I've even tried heavy artillery.
Got any of that artillery left for the battle ahead?
I have a small set of artillery. However, we need a spotter to call this in. essentially, Aiden, during this battle, you were able to use your ability
Nice.
as if you had your mercs with you.
Perfect. So I can call in artillery strikes. Nice.
Exactly.
Well, Durst kind of like shrugs. It's like, I suppose I'll play along if it helps us stop this reality-breaking madman.
You aim higher. Instead of just freedom, you aim for the Dark Titan himself. I am proud of you. His skull will make a magnificent base. Of course, my friend, of course.
Durst kind of like shrugs and it's like, I've met people like him before. And it's like big thoughts, but only a small amount of will.
At any rate, we're not getting anywhere, just standing around here with our thumbs up our asses. We gotta figure out how to get past that, he does air quotes, veil.
It will raise soon. And as he says that, he looks over and he sees like the massive, well, doctor in a lab coat start coming over. As you see him like come over, he's doof, doof. Of course! Now it is time for the experiment. Are you ready, my little ones? He like puts his hand over you guys. He doesn't want to touch you, however. It's like everybody there is like, are you ready?
I don't think we have much of a choice.
Yeah, are you asking for our consent here, or are you just...
He just goes, you're so excited. He just seems to be making it up in his own head. As he immediately goes, now then, to reveal. And with that, he starts pulling up the veil from it. In the name of Robert Melfu, you may begin the experiment once more, my little ones. And with that, I bring you here.
It's like
I made this map. You appreciate this map?
I do like the map.
Place down your tokens next to your compatriots. Right. They normally don't attack. They're waiting for us to make the first move. Perhaps, if it's possible, when the other ones of your kind popped out of the box, we're able to bring in more soldiers than we normally can.
So I see them all hiding in...
Yes, they have a gate. They use these, and he pats the cube next to him, which is, now you can see, is a dice. A metal dice. They use these and 2B pencils. Well, if you want to just have us, then that is totally fine by me. More glory for us. Yes, more skulls for my throne. Exactly, my friend.
If stuff starts getting dicey, I'm counting on you guys to figure out how stuff works. For now, I'm just gonna go bust some heads.
Understood. Yeah. Just remember, if you need any more troops, you're able to call them from here. He pats the toy box next to him.
Is the box behind us just like, are there other toys in there? So I guess
that's the toy box. That's the place you came out of.
Oh. I mean, I'll take a moment and inspect what's in there.
If you look and see, basically the overall toy selection is, of course, toys like Sarge, which are ranged, toys like the Champion, which are melee, and there is also one large set toy, which looks to be like a primitive robot type thing.
I wanna just walk up to the robot and I'll just kick it and it's like, hey, get up, we need you.
As you kick it, you see its face, its once dark face lights up as its bright yellow chassis. It goes up on all four of its legs. Am I needed for service?
Yes.
This is new. Flesh beings.
Hey, whoa. You seem a little more aware than your friends here.
I may be a toy, but I am still a machine. I am unlike the animated toys you see here.
I need you to destroy those toys. I don't like them.
Well, hold on. Were you brought here like we were from outside? Is this giant being a mutual enemy for us?
Ah, that is the one who stole the doctor's work. This room, in fact.
And so the doctor is the one who made you, and then this guy stole. Is that?
That is correct. After all, I am but a machine, a toy for the amusement of others. Dr. Lop made us.
I'll just it's like you may be an instrument for amusement, but today you're my instrument of death.
You are a very destructive one, unlike the ones that came from before. However, I will help you, as is my purpose.
Can you tell us about the others that came before? Other flesh beings like us, were there?
That is correct. There were other flesh beings. They
Where did
came. They attempted to flee through the portal device.
Portal device?
Correct. It is on the other side of that newly built wall.
Did they make it to it, or were they stopped in the process? What do you mean they tried?
During the last assault, we made it to their box. It was only through sheer luck because the doctor was not paying attention. We were able to get there. But once he noticed, he made sure the quote-unquote dark ones were able to get reinforced.
Sounds like a petty loser and a cheater to me. But
That is correct. He is rather petty, to say the least.
all right. Well, we appreciate your help. Let's get through this as quick as we can. We got people to help.
Understood. I am now exiting the box. Please stand back for your own safety. And he steps out.
Yeah, he's cute. I like him.
Do you have a way that we can breach the door? Ah, the machine. Back in one piece. That is good.
Prava glances at what's clearly a giant gun on the table. Does that thing work?
That is new. Perhaps it will work. It seems functional. Please do not touch it if you're under the age of 21.
How does that work with shearing years? Because Prava's definitely...
It's fine if you're considered an adult in Shirin. There's different ages for different races that can touch weapons.
adults at like 5, I think. So like,
Kuzon fired his first gun when he was only 5. I don't see the problem.
maybe you won't let you. I'm such a hypocrite. I
Hey,
hate those parents.
just out of curiosity, how likely do you guys think it is that that gun is loaded and the safety is not on, and the mech that you guys just woke up is strong enough to press the firing trigger?
If that is what you wish me to do instead of fight. But if I do, then you will have to hold them off until it is ready to fire.
I know we're small, but we're tough. We can do that.
Understood. I wish you luck, and please do not be hurt. Ah, dying in the face of battle is normal. They will just come back. He does not understand. So, is that the plan? Do you want it to start filling with a gun?
I mean, I made a suggestion. I don't know how the others feel about that. The gun is aimed at the enemy.
I want to fire the gun, so yeah.
I kind of do want to fire the gun too, I'll be honest.
Okay. And starts like climbing up the gun for a moment. And we will bring back the turn order, and I will start adding in people. I don't know if this is what you guys expected would happen.
Definitely not.
It is very Christmas themed.
As soon as I realized we're in a box with a bunch of our-sized figurines, I immediately knew that we're gonna be shrunk. I'm like, oh, god damn it, we're doing this. No! Small Aiden! Here's something you don't know about Aiden. The smaller he is, the more he has to compensate, so the more aggressive he is.
I see, so that's why he's dressed up as a Rambo right now.
Yeah.
By the way, I will just mention that the robot did mention one more thing, that every toy in this place is animate, and every thing here is actually usable.
Can I kick over one of these die when I have to roll for damage?
The die can be moved, though they're very heavy due to being, well, iron dice. Aiden, what do you wish to do?
I've already mapped out, so I've got 60 feet. Aiden immediately jumps out of cover and dashes forward and takes some cover behind this dice. And when he does, I'm gonna quickly survey the area. And let's see. Okay, I can do that next round. So I'm gonna take out my pistol and I'm gonna take a pot shot at this guy over here.
Not bad. Let's see. Which one are you aiming at?
The one below this one.
This one. Alright, he had cover, but that's no way gonna matter as you hit him. And you see, as you fire, a piece of plastic slam, like, basically hits his shoulder pad and it flickers off into the wall. Like,
Yeah, that's right. Come get some, you piece of cheap plastic.
and you hear, like, this muffled... And as they do, they all start moving as one. This is their unique trait. I took it from a swarm thing.
Man, your people just have to ruin everything, Prava.
Racist.
Say?
Exactly, so racist. Let me take a look. Why can't I... It's not rolling. Is it laggy for anybody else as well?
No,
A
it's
little
fine
bit,
for me.
yeah. I know some things are a bit pokey when it comes to like moving tokens and stuff.
Must be a bit laggy.
Oh, there it is.
No, there we go. I should have rolled 3 times. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll again. 1 second. Twice more. This time 1, 2, 2d8. Would you roll me reflex save, Aiden?
Oh, reflex save. By the way, if those are their chances to hit, none of them hit me. I got a good armor now.
No, one of them was not shooting.
Oof. That's rough.
Take 8 damage as a grenade gets set off, and the others attempt to shoot you, but you were able to avoid.
Okay. Damn it.
Prava.
Okay, photon attunement.
Okay, sadly you miss. Mind you, God, you got do decent damage now, don't you?
Sure do.
Oof. But yeah, sadly he managed to take cover just in time as the shot flies by. But you hear, "For the Dark Gods!" as he just rushes out. Sadly, he cannot make it in time.
He's a beefy boy.
Yeah, he's just poof, 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 with both his axes.
So in this space where it intersects with both of these guys, I am going to spend a 2nd level spell slot to use one of my abilities here. Use Infinite World. So basically, you're gonna see Dursa do some hand motions, and then all of a sudden, where they're standing, there's like there's a blizzard, and like the area underneath them is like packed with snow. It's kind of like BioShock Infinite style in this 10-foot radius, and there's gonna be like a bunch of flashy like Aurora Borealis lights. So basically, I'm making that difficult terrain, and they both have to make a Constitution save or Fortitude save.
Okay then, what's a DC?
16.
The top one doesn't make it, but the bottom one does. What's the effect?
So they're dazzled for the one that failed it is dazzled for 6 rounds,
Okay then.
and this is like difficult terrain surrounding them for like impacting their movement and stuff. So basically, I'm doubling up an effect where They have to make a save, they're dazzled, and then that's difficult terrain in that like 10-foot radius that they're both in.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, even if it's here, the thing is, there's not actually a corner to it.
Yeah.
Because Pathfinder doesn't do squares like 5e, it like does circle-ish things. So Aiden wouldn't be there. There's just no drawing tool that allows me to do it easily. So ignore that Aiden's there.
That's the end of my turn there.
Okay. As you do, Sarge goes, "All right, it's time to move up. Move out, soldiers. Up, 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 up." And he is going to open fire on this one. And he misses, sadly. He just holds it by his bottom without aiming, just like Rambo style. Yeah.
Covering fire, suppressing fire.
Suppressing fire. Now, before your turn, Aiden, you see the doctor looming over the table going, "It seems like the experiment isn't going as well as I hoped. They're outnumbered. How could I think that? A few more toys." And you see him dig his hand into the box beside you. You hear a soft scream like, "Oh my god!" As he pulls out a few other toys, and then he suddenly drops them down onto the table. And as they come into view, they look like this.
Oh no.
What the hell?
It's a jackal!
It falls down and goosh. Goosh.
They're jackal action figure.
Goosh. And he goes, "Yes, the latest creation and toy, popular with the kids, with Kung Fu grip." And you see the jackal pull out his like tiny sword, sway it side to side, and like make a small action to one of you. Is like, "Come on."
Oh god.
He doesn't actually speak. Aiden, it's now your turn.
God damn it. Leave it to the jackal to find a way to always get in my fucking way. Quite literally, actually. Hey Ash, how tall is that shelf?
That shelf is at least 60 foot high.
60?
Yes.
Damn it. Well, we go then.
And it's gonna take an athletics check to climb, since it's both vertical and then you have to climb outwards and then up.
If you do remember, now I do have gloves and boots of climbing.
That does help you climb. However, it doesn't automatically guarantee you to climb. Like,
Right.
if there's rough enough terrain, so.
I am going to dash past the jackal and fumble through his space when he makes an attack of opportunity.
That would take your... I believe it's your move action.
I think fumbling is an acrobatics, and if you fail, you basically stop moving. Wasn't it?
I believe... Hang on, let me see. It's not called fumble. What is it called? Tumble?
Tumble.
That's why I was confused.
I don't know why I called it fumble. Tumble.
Let me see. There we go. No, you can use that. You move at half your speed when you tumble through an enemy. Just so we're clear.
I think that's enough to reach the shelf, so yeah, okay.
It's 15 plus 1.5 opponent's CR. Okay, cool. So, if you're just using a move action, then go ahead.
Woo.
Now make me an acrobatics.
Oh, come on!
That does not. If it was just his CR, then you could have made it. But it's 1.5.
Damn it.
So you actually get stopped. So as you go past, you just see him swing his blade down on you, and you're able to block it just in time.
Grumble. I'm going to double move and just pass through him. He already used his attack. I'm hoping he doesn't have another one, so Does he attack me again?
He didn't attack you. It just says that you stop. He didn't actually attack you since you didn't make it through his square.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to attack you now.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. And he... Does he hit? Let me check. So I've got to get used to your new AC because it's ridiculous.
Yep.
25. Oh, he barely hit.
Ah, grumble.
Nice.
How much did he hit me?
9.
Okay.
Sorry, 25 barely hit.
Yep,
What?
I have 25 AC.
How?
Because I'm sick of people hitting me.
Because he bought us up to his spent all his money on armor.
Yep. No more of Aiden getting hit. Screw that noise. Anyway, half my movement is up to getting here, and I'm gonna use the rest of my movement with my new equipment to start climbing up.
God, you got so much stuff. I'm trying to. There you go.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I keep telling you the shit is getting confusing as hell, man.
When I'm talking about, he literally spent all his money on armor.
Yeah.
Like that's all he spent his money on.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. You just saw Aiden come out one day in his super hyped up armor. Right then. So that's your movement.
Yep,
You're
and
just-
I've used 40 feet to start climbing up. So I should be halfway up.
If you started to climb up, sure. Yeah.
You said it's
Right
60,
then.
so next turn I should probably get to the top.
Yep. However, let's see.
When you're climbing something, are you flat-footed? What's the rule on that?
He is, because since he's got climbing gloves, he's not flat-footed. However, he is going to get a -2 still, due to the fact that, well, he's completely out in the open.
Yeah, true.
Aiden, you have been struck by both of their attacks.
Holy shit, and I upgraded my armor too, what the hell?
That was lucky. Not bad.
Okay, how much?
I've always roll damage out in the open. This guy's going to shoot at this guy. That one shoots it. So it tries hitting him. You see him block the melee dude behind him before he goes, "Ah, finally, a warrior worthy," and the other dude just fires off into the guy's back, just. And Prava, what's your AC? Oh, they both miss.
Wow, that's super lucky.
Oh, I rolled out in the open. But yeah, they both missed. Just whoosh, whoosh. Barely missing you. Huh? Prava.
Right then, I'm in melee range now, so I guess this is a melee fight. I'm going to manifest my symbiote as a claw in my hand, and I'm going to full attack this guy in front of me.
What about your plastic sword?
Prava wasn't taking this seriously when he picked that up, but now that he is, he drops the sword and uses the symbiote.
So yes, you may attack. Did the second one hit? The second one barely hits. And that's due to him being at -2 for the attack he used. No, yeah, -2, so he's 16. Right, so that's 7 damage. Which one are you hitting?
No, the one directly in front of me.
Okay. You hit him for 7. Nice. So you basically just use your claw, knock his sword to the side, and slash across his chest. Your symbiote is pleased with this attack. Let's see what Cornville Mighty will do. Right, he's going to try combat maneuver with new combat rules I put in place. He tries again with a full attack, and he does not make it. But he did try grappling this dude. That's a shame. Ah. Dus.
I am seeing that my friend needs help. I am going to do a motion here. This is a 10-foot. When it says a 10-foot square, that means this, right? That means just like exact, like 10 foot long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like down here, and then here, and then here. Then that would get him definitely. Go here.
Well. Just want to check here because basically I just want to do a 10-foot square. Beep. And I want to try. I basically want to. You see, like a hole open up, like above, and then just a bunch of like slime just falls out to the ground as I cast grease, and everybody in that space has to make a reflex save.
All right. Is it 4 prone? What's the DC?
Yeah, it's DC 16.
Let me roll.
Oh no, Sarge!
This guy is... would be good for on your ass. There you go, that'll do. He's on his ass. This guy falls on his ass. And Sarge, he also falls on his behind. Ah, doof. Man down!
I don't mind. He's lower priority. And then I'll use my movement and just like reposition to this box. So yeah, if they have to do a acrobatics, they can use an acrobatics check to try and move through it at half speed. But if they fail the acrobatics check, then they have to make a save or else fall flat in their ass. As long as they don't move, they don't have to try and make any saves again.
Oh, nice. So essentially, as Sarge is on the ground, he goes, "Take this, you dark motherfuckers!" Yes, he's meant to be a caricature, by the way, before you jump on me. And he blasts the one that's like standing next to you, Prava. He sees these like green rounds slam into like the jackal's back. Just
You dark mofos.
The real jackal.
Yeah, these guys are definitely, the jackal figurines are definitely not as strong as the real deal. But as you do this, at the end of the round, all you hear is as the gun starts charging.
Uh-oh. Goodbye, Sarge.
Aiden, what are you doing?
I'm going to climb the rest of the way up the shelf.
Okay, and guess what? You're going to reveal the area as you're that high. Also, make me an athletics.
Okay. I've already
Because
failed
it is a
twice, so
lip.
so the first time's the charm, probably. There we go.
I said athletics, or is it the same?
Oh shit. It's not the same. It's 5 lower, so 25.
25, okay. So, let me check. Yeah, you're going to be able to do it, even under fire. As you climb up, you essentially have to go through under the lip and climb up onto the Lamborghini up there. And as you do... One moment.
I'm assuming everybody else saw that too.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't make just one person
Yeah,
see
that's
it, but
fine.
essentially,
Just
you
making
know,
sure.
it's
Yeah.
there. The
Right.
others don't.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to get inside the tank, and I'm gonna use my move action to try and jury rig or start the tank.
Huh. As you're getting into it, if you're gonna make it into the tank, let me see. Yeah, you got enough movement. God, you move fast.
Yeah!
Make me...
Engineering?
Yes, engineering.
Let's see here. Let me summon my inner Kuzon here for a sec. There it is.
As you
Spirit
start,
of Kuzon is with you.
as you start doing it up, essentially you think, yeah, this is going to be ready to fire. The tank's on its side, so it's a little difficult to maneuver, but you're getting there.
As I'm working through the cables, I just mumble, Kuzon's not gonna believe he missed this shit.
You're right. I think he'll literally not believe us when we tell him the story.
That's probably true.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend my action to get the tank working.
Yeah, sorry, what did you hear?
Nothing.
Fuck.
You just rolled damage,
Right.
so I just assumed that you were talking without
Sorry.
realizing.
Yeah, I did. God damn it. Sorry. So the things, ones behind the wall, start opening fire on your tank, and you see rounds like bouncing off the tank and the like, because it can't get past its hardness. And it's firing at a tank. One bullet makes it through, but barely does anything to it. And then the tank finally aims towards you, and you just see this hole get punched through the tank where you are.
So wait, the enemy tank fired at my tank? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And now, let us take a look. That's from this guy. He didn't even bother to get up. He just laid on his back, just...
By the way, that 15 damage, Ash, am I assuming that the tank took that damage? Because I don't know how much
Yeah.
health the tank has.
Yeah, you're totally covered, so
Yeah,
the tank
okay,
took the damage.
Just wanted to make sure.
Prava, you take 7 damage, and this guy's trying to get up, so you can make an opportunity attack. Oh, you do nick him at least. As he's standing up, I was like, ugh. Trying to get past the block, just. Would you make reflex saves for me? Both Prava and us.
I don't want to die. I assume, does the cover help at all?
It does, yeah. It does provide you +2 to the what's essentially going to be called a bombing run. As you take halves, you take 3 damage. Oh, that's a nice low roll as well. As all you see is, you see Rupert, the giant science man, pick up one of the planes as the little creature calls in like support, and he goes, yeah, and these little bombs start falling out. Yeah.
What? What a dickhead.
All's fair in love and war. This dude tried firing already, but he is going to move up. Okay, Prava.
Alright, so I am fully photon attuned, so I'm going to try a new trick now. I can now center my light of the sun from any point within 40 yards of me. So centered here.
Oh, so you're
I'm
centered
going
here.
to, at this point, I'm going to light of the sun, everything in... How big was it again?
How does being on this grace affect your chances if they try to do a reflex save?
Does it say anything about it?
It doesn't say anything about it. I was saying, whenever they try to move, they have to make an acrobatics check or
Well, I get
make a reflex
this
save,
guy.
basically.
And this,
And it doesn't matter if you're in the range,
no,
does it?
I usually do it for myself anyway, right?
Yeah. I thought so. A useful power. Let's see.
I'm gonna hit our chaos friend, but
No, it's fine. He's out of range. Look.
oh no, it's nice.
As again, in Pathfinder / Starfinder, it's more of an orb-ish, just cut out the corners. I wish there was a drawing tool for it, but you can.
Yeah, there should just be like a 10-foot, 20-foot, 30-foot token from like.
Guy
whatever
in
point
front
it
of you
was.
saves. This dude does not. Neither does this guy. He does still take half damage though. So there was just boom. Lovely fireworks as the grease catches on
Oh,
fire, and you just see these guys.
I forgot to adjust it with my last level up. That should be 1d6 plus 1d6 additional for all Solarian levels. Yeah, so that should actually do 2 more d6 than it did.
Oh, well, if you want to roll an extra d6, go ahead. I don't mind.
Actually, 2 d6. Like, I didn't do it for last couple levels, I guess.
To do the last 2 levels. Lovely. This dude hadn't been even touched, so he's fine. he's not fine, but he's not in the bloody stage right now. Nice.
Is there a way in Roll20 to make it so like my abilities automatically scale with my character level? Like,
Yes,
so
there
that
is. I can look at the code later if you want.
Please, yes.
Alright, let's see.
Almost all of my abilities scale Solarian level, so I can do it every time I level up.
He has grappled him. Can he make it there? Hang on. Yes, he can. You just see him go, it's like, for the dark gods, and try flipping tackling this dude off the side. However, he does make it, actually. So, in other words, all you see is, for the dark gods, and he grapples him, and all you see is, like, the Jakku figure dig his sword into the side of the, like, podium as they're both hanging off each other. As they're trying to, like, the berserkers trying to pull him off. It's like...
Way too suicidal. What's he doing?
This.
I'm gonna like use a second. How much movement is that? So I'll use like, is that 10 movement if I do that, or is that like all the way around?
That would count as all the way around if you want, unless you want to make an athletics check to attempt to climb that.
15. It's 15. It's
Or an acrobatics.
I'm
5, 10.
I'm gonna pull out my no, it's only like an extra 5 feet, I think. I'm gonna pull out me gun, or me little buggies, and I'm gonna do a full attack on the one closest to me here. So like I'm holding one of them in 2 of my hands, and I just go wild. Ah! That was a really good first shot.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Who are you shooting at?
Just the one closest to me here.
The Prava one. Alright, yeah. So in other words, as you open fire, or you see like these stinger-like things just fly into this like action figure, just do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and it drops to its knees, still on fire from the flame from before, and poof, into the burning grease.
I mean, it was my first attack. Was the only one that hit anyway. I don't think the other one would have hit. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, he misses and he crawls over there. He's basically still on his stomach. He's like, got away from the enemy. Now to set up camp and as he says that, you hear finally the sound.
Oh my god.
So he was prepared for it. I knew it.
You just see suddenly several of the figures turn to melted plastic as the beam rips through the area, knocking aside dice and everything else, cutting a swath through the battlefield. You hear the doctor above going, "Oh, dear me, fire, water, water," and you see him suddenly run away. I have accomplished my goal. Should I join the combat now?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Joining conflict.
Speaking of which, come on, baby, let me hear you pour. I'm gonna aim at the enemy tank and I'm gonna fire at it.